Planned economy. 58 languages. A planned economy is a type of economic system where investment, production and the allocation of capital goods takes place according to economy-wide economic plans and production plans. A planned economy may use centralized, decentralized, participatory or Soviet-type forms of economic planning. 1. 2. The level of centralization or decentralization in decision-making and participation depends on the specific type of planning mechanism employed. 3. Socialist states based on the Soviet model have used central planning, although a minority such as the former Socialist Federal Republic of Yugoslavia have adopted some degree of market socialism. Market abolitionist socialism replaces factor markets with direct calculation as the means to coordinate the activities of the various socially owned economic enterprises that make up the economy. 4, 5, 6. More recent approaches to socialist planning and allocation have come from some economists and computer scientists proposing planning mechanisms based on advances in computer science and information technology. 7. Planned economies contrast with unplanned economies, specifically market economies, where autonomous firms operating in markets make decisions about production, distribution, pricing and investment. Market economies that use indicative planning are variously referred to as planned market economies, mixed economies and mixed market economies. A command economy follows an administrative command system and uses Soviet-type economic planning, which was characteristic of the former Soviet Union and Eastern Bloc before most of these countries converted to market economies. This highlights the central role of hierarchical administration and public ownership of production in guiding the allocation of resources in these economic systems. 8, 9, 10. Overview, edit. In the Hellenistic and post-Hellenistic world, compulsory state planning was the most characteristic trade condition for the Egyptian countryside, for Hellenistic India, and to a lesser degree the more barbaric regions of the Seleucid, the Pergamenian, the Southern Arabian, and the Parthian empires. 11. Scholars have argued that the Incan economy was a flexible type of command economy, centered around the movement and utilization of labor instead of goods. 12. One view of mercantilism sees it as involving planned economies. 13. The Soviet-style planned economy in Soviet Russia evolved in the wake of a continuing existing World War I war economy as well as other policies, known as war communism, 1918–1921. Shaped to the requirements of the Russian Civil War of 1917–1923. These policies began their formal consolidation under an official organ of government in 1921, when the Soviet government Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Albert Einstein advocated for a socialist planned economy with his 1949 article Why Socialism founded Gosplan. However, the period of the new economic policy, c. 1921 to c. 1928, intervened. Before the planned system of regular 5-year plans started in 1928. Leon Trotsky was one of the earliest proponents of economic planning during the NEP period. 14, 15, 16, Trotsky argued that specialization, the concentration of production and the use of planning could raise in the near future the coefficient of industrial growth not only to but even 3 times higher than the pre-war rate of 6% and, perhaps, even higher. 17. According to historian Sheila Fitzpatrick, the scholarly consensus was that Stalin appropriated the position of the left opposition on such matters as industrialization and collectivization. 18. After World War II, 1939–1945, France and Great Britain practiced dirigism government. Direction of the economy through non-coercive means. The Swedish government planned public housing models in a similar fashion as urban planning in a project called Million Programme, implemented from 1965 to 1974. Some decentralized participation in economic planning occurred across revolutionary Spain, most notably in Catalonia, during the Spanish Revolution of 1936–1920. Relationship with Socialism, edit. In the May 1949 issue of the monthly review titled Why Socialism?, Albert Einstein wrote, 21. I am convinced there is only one way to eliminate these grave evils, namely through the establishment of a socialist economy, accompanied by an educational system which would be oriented toward social goals. In such an economy, the means of production are owned by society itself and are utilized in a planned fashion. A planned economy, which adjusts production to the needs of the community, would distribute the work to be done among all those able to work and would guarantee a livelihood to every man, woman, and child. The education of the individual, in addition to promoting his own innate abilities, would attempt to develop in him a sense of responsibility for his fellow men in place of the glorification of power and success in our present society. While socialism is not equivalent to economic planning or to the concept of a planned economy, an influential conception of socialism involves the replacement of capital markets with some form of economic planning in order to achieve ex-ante coordination of the economy. The goal of such an economic system would be to achieve conscious control over the economy by the population, specifically so that the use of the surplus product is controlled by the producers. 22. The specific. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Project Cybersyn was an early form of computational economic planning. Forms of planning proposed for socialism and their feasibility are subjects of the socialist calculation debate. Computational economic planning, edit. Further information, Government by Algorithm. In 1959 Anatoly Kitov proposed a distributed computing system, Project Red Book, Russian, with a focus on the management of the Soviet economy. Opposition from the Defense Ministry killed Kitov's plan. 23. In 1971 the Socialist Allende administration of Chile launched Project Cybersyn to install a telex machine in every corporation and organization in the economy for the communication of economic data between firms and the government. The data was also fed into a computer-simulated economy for forecasting. A control room was built for real-time observation and management of the overall economy. The prototype stage of the project showed promise when it was used to redirect supplies around a truckers' strike. 24. But after CIA-backed Augusto Pinochet led a coup in 1973 that established a military dictatorship under his rule, the program was abolished and Pinochet moved Chile towards a more liberalized market economy. In their book Towards a New Socialism, 1993, the computer scientist Paul Cockshott from the University of Glasgow and the economist Alan Cottrell from Wake Forest University claim to demonstrate how a democratically planned economy built on modern computer technology is possible, and drives the thesis that it would be both economically more stable than the free market economies and also morally desirable. 7. Cybernetics, edit. The use of computers to coordinate production in an optimal fashion has been variously proposed for socialist economies. The Polish economist Oskar Lang, 1904-1965, argued that the computer is more efficient than the market process at solving the multitude of simultaneous equations required for allocating economic inputs efficiently, either in terms of physical quantities or monetary prices. 25. In the Soviet Union, Anatoly Kitov had proposed to the Central Committee of the Communist Party of the Soviet Union a detailed plan for the reorganization of the control of the Soviet armed forces and of the Soviet economy on the basis of a network of computing centers in 1959. 26. Kitov's proposal was rejected, as later was the 1962 OGUS Economy Management Network project. 27. Soviet cybernetician Viktor Glushkov argued that explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. His OGUS information network would have delivered a 5-fold savings return for the Soviet economy over the first 15-year investment. 28. Salvador Allende's socialist government pioneered the 1970 Chilean Distributed Decision Support System Project Cybersyn in an attempt to move towards a decentralized planned economy with the experimental viable system model of computed organizational structure of autonomous operative units through an algedonic feedback setting and bottom-up participative decision-making in the form of participative democracy by the cyberfolk component. 29. Fictional portrayals, edit. The 1888 novel Looking Backward by Edward Bellamy depicts a fictional planned economy in a United States around the year 2000 which has become a socialist utopia. The World State in Aldous Huxley's Brave New World, 1932, and Airstrip 1 in George Orwell's 1984, 1949, provide fictional depictions of command economies, albeit with diametrically opposed aims. The former is a consumer economy designed to engender productivity, while the latter is a shortage economy designed as an agent of totalitarian social control. Airstrip 1 is organized by the euphemistically named Ministry of Plenty. Other literary portrayals of planned economies include Yevgeny Zamyatin's We, 1924, which influenced Orwell's work. Like 1984, Ayn Rand's dystopian 1938 story Anthem offered an artistic portrayal of a command economy that was influenced by We. The difference is that it was a primitivist planned economy as opposed to the advanced technology of We or Brave New World. Central planning, edit. Advantages, edit. The government can harness land, labor, and capital to serve the economic objectives of the state. Consumer demand can be restrained in favor of greater capital investment for economic development in a desired pattern. In international comparisons, state socialist nations have compared favorably with capitalist nations in health indicators such as infant mortality and life expectancy. However, according to Michael Ellman, the reality of this, at least regarding infant Mortality varies depending on whether official Soviet or WHO definitions are used. 30. The state can begin building massive heavy industries at once in an underdeveloped economy, without waiting years for capital to accumulate through the expansion of light industry and without reliance on external financing. This is what happened in the Soviet Union during the 1930s when the government forced the share of gross national income dedicated to private consumption down. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF from 80% to 50%. As a result of this development, the Soviet Union experienced massive growth in heavy industry, with a concurrent massive contraction of its agricultural sector due to the labor shortage. 31. Disadvantages, edit. Economic instability, edit. Studies of command economies of the Eastern Bloc in the 1950s and 1960s by both American and Eastern European economists found that contrary to the expectations of both groups, they showed greater fluctuations in output than market economies during the same period. 32. Inefficient resource distribution, edit. Critics of planned economies argue that planners cannot detect consumer preferences, shortages, and surpluses with sufficient accuracy and therefore cannot efficiently coordinate production. In a market economy, a free price system is intended to serve this purpose. This difficulty was notably written about by economists Ludwig von Mises and Friedrich Hayek, who referred to subtly distinct aspects of the problem as the economic calculation problem and local knowledge problem, respectively. 33, 34. These distinct aspects were also present in the economic thought of Michael Polanyi. 35. Whereas the former stressed the theoretical underpinnings of a market economy to subjective value theory while attacking the labor theory of value, the latter argued that the only way to satisfy individuals who have a constantly changing hierarchy of needs and are the only ones to possess their particular individual circumstances is by allowing those with the most knowledge of their needs to have it in their power to use their resources in a competing marketplace to meet the needs of the most consumers most efficiently. This phenomenon is recognized as spontaneous order. Additionally, misallocation of resources would naturally ensue by redirecting capital away from individuals with direct knowledge and circumventing it into markets where a coercive monopoly influences behavior, ignoring market signals. According to Tibor Machan, W. Without a market in which allocations can be made in obedience to the law of supply and demand, it is difficult or impossible to funnel resources with respect to actual human preferences and goals. 36. Historian Robert Vincent Daniels regarded the Stalinist period to represent an abrupt break with Lenin's government in terms of economic planning, in which an deliberated, scientific system of planning that featured former Menshevik economists at Gosplan had been replaced with a hasty version of planning with unrealistic targets, bureaucratic waste, bottlenecks and shortages. Stalin's formulations of national plans in terms of physical quantity of output was also attributed by Daniels as a source for the stagnant levels of efficiency and quality. 37. Suppression of economic democracy and self-management, edit. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Main article, Socialist Democracy. Economist Robin Harnell, who supports participatory economics, a form of socialist decentralized Planned economy notes that even if central planning overcame its inherent inhibitions of incentives and innovation, it would nevertheless be unable to maximize economic democracy and self-management, which he believes are concepts that are more intellectually coherent, consistent and just than mainstream notions of economic freedom. 38. Furthermore, Harnell states, combined with a more democratic political system, and redone to closer approximate a best-case version, centrally planned economies no doubt would have performed better. But they could never have delivered economic self-management, they would always have been slow to innovate as apathy and frustration took their inevitable toll, and they would always have been susceptible to growing inequities and inefficiencies as the effects of differential economic power grew. Under central planning, neither planners, managers, nor workers had incentives to promote the social economic interest, nor did impeding markets for final goods to the planning system enfranchise consumers in meaningful ways. But central planning would have been incompatible with economic democracy even if it had overcome its information and incentive liabilities. And the truth is that it survived as long as it did only because it was propped up by unprecedented totalitarian political power. 38. Command economy, edit. Planned economies contrast with command economies in that a planned economy is an economic system in which the government controls and regulates production, distribution, prices, etc. 39. Whereas a command economy necessarily has substantial public ownership of industry while also having this type of regulation. 40. In command economies, important allocation decisions are made by government authorities and are imposed by law. 41. This is contested by some Marxists. 5. 42. Decentralized planning has been proposed as a basis for socialism and has been variously advocated by anarchists, council communists, libertarian Marxists, and other democratic and libertarian socialists who advocate a non-market form of socialism, in total rejection of the type of planning adopted in the economy of the Soviet Union. 43. Most of a command economy is organized in a top-down administrative model by a central authority, where decisions regarding investment and production output requirements are decided upon at the top in the chain of command, with little input from lower levels. Advocates of economic planning have sometimes been staunch critics of these command economies. Leon Trotsky believed that those at the top of the chain of command, regardless of their intellectual capacity, operated without the input and participation of the millions of people who participate in the economy, and who understand /respond to local conditions and changes in the economy. Therefore, they would be unable to effectively coordinate all economic activity. 44. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Leon Trotsky was among the earliest Soviet figures that supported economic planning and decentralization. 14. But opposed the Stalinist model. 51. Historians have associated planned economies with Marxist-Leninist states and the Soviet economic model. Since the 1980s, it has been contested that the Soviet economic model did not actually constitute a planned economy in that a comprehensive and binding plan did not guide production and investment. 45. The further distinction of an administrative command system emerged as a new designation in some academic circles for the economic system that existed in the former Soviet Union and Eastern Bloc, highlighting the role of centralized hierarchical decision making in the absence of popular control over the economy. 46. The possibility of a digital planned economy was explored in Chile between 1971 and 1973 with the development of Project Cybersyn, and by Alexander Alexandrovich Karkevich, head of the Department of Technical Physics in Kiev, in 1962. 47, 48. While both economic planning and a planned economy can be either authoritarian or democratic and participatory, democratic socialist critics argue that command economies under modern-day communism is highly undemocratic and totalitarian in practice. 49, 50. Indicative planning is a form of economic planning in market economies that directs the economy through incentive-based methods. Economic planning can be practiced in a decentralized manner through different government authorities. In some predominantly market-oriented and Western mixed economies, the state utilizes economic planning in strategic industries such as the aerospace industry. Mixed economies usually employ macroeconomic planning while microeconomic affairs are left to the market and price system. Decentralized planning, edit. A decentralized planned economy, occasionally called horizontally planned economy due to its horizontalism, is a type of planned economy in which the investment and allocation of consumer and capital goods is explicated accordingly to an economy-wide plan built and operatively coordinated through a distributed network of disparate economic agents, or even production units itself. Decentralized planning is usually held in contrast to centralized planning, in particular the Soviet-type economic planning of the Soviet Union's command economy, where economic information is aggregated and used to formulate a plan for production, investment and resource allocation by a single central authority. Decentralized planning can take shape both in the context of a mixed economy as well as in a post-capitalist economic system. This form of economic planning implies some process of democratic and participatory decision-making within the economy and within firms itself, in the form of industrial democracy. Computer-based forms of democratic economic planning and coordination between economic enterprises have also been proposed by various computer scientists and radical. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. Economists. 25, 7, 24. Proponents present decentralized and participatory economic planning as an alternative to market socialism for a post-capitalist society. 52. Decentralized planning has been a feature of anarchist and socialist economics. Variations of decentralized planning such as economic democracy, industrial democracy and participatory economics have been promoted by various political groups, most notably anarchists, democratic socialists, guild socialists, libertarian Marxists, libertarian socialists, revolutionary syndicalists and Trotskyists. 44. During the Spanish Revolution, some areas where anarchist and libertarian socialist influence through the CNT and UGT was extensive, particularly rural regions, were run on the basis of decentralized planning resembling the principles laid out by anarcho-syndicalist Diego Abad de Santillán in the book After the Revolution. 53. Trotsky had urged economic decentralization between the state, oblast regions and factories during the NEP period to counter structural inefficiency and the problem of bureaucracy. 54. Models, edit. Negotiated coordination, edit. Economist Pat Devine has created a model of decentralized economic planning called negotiated coordination, which is based upon social ownership of the means of production by those affected by the use of the assets involved, with the allocation of consumer and capital goods made through a participatory form of decision-making by those at the most localized level of production. 55. Moreover, organizations that utilize modularity in their production processes may distribute problem solving and decision-making. 56. Participatory planning, edit. See also, participatory economics. The planning structure of a decentralized planned economy is generally based on a consumers' council and producer council, or jointly, a distributive cooperative, which is sometimes called a consumers' cooperative. Producers and consumers, or their representatives, negotiate the quality and quantity of what is to be produced. This structure is central to guild socialism, participatory economics and the economic theories related to anarchism. Practice, edit. Kerala, edit. Main article, People's Planning in Kerala. See also, District Planning in India. Some decentralized participation in economic planning has been implemented in various regions and states in India, most notably in Kerala. Local-level planning agencies assess the needs of explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. People who are able to give their direct input through the Gram Sabhas, village-based institutions, and the planners subsequently seek to plan accordingly. 57. Revolutionary Catalonia, edit. Main article, Collectivist Anarchism. See also, Revolutionary Catalonia. Some decentralized participation in economic planning has been implemented across revolutionary Spain, most notably in Catalonia, during the Spanish Revolution of 1936. 1920. Similar concepts in practice, edit. Community participatory planning, edit. Main article, Participatory planning. The United Nations has developed local projects that promote participatory planning on a community level. Members of communities make decisions regarding community development directly. Citation needed. See also, edit. Adhocracy. Commanding heights of the economy. Communist state. Creative destruction. Critique of political economy. Distributed economy. Economic equilibrium. Economic interventionism. Inclusive democracy. Input-output model. Laissez-faire. Material balance planning. Nationalization. Peer-to-peer economy. Production for use. Public ownership. Resource-based economy. Social peer-to-peer processes. Steady-state economy. Technocracy. Workers' self-management. The Venus Project. Why Socialism? An article written by Albert Einstein which presented a critique of modern capitalism and advocated for a planned economy. Case studies, Soviet-type economies. Analysis of Soviet-type economic planning. Eastern Bloc economies. Economy of Cuba, 58. Economy of North Korea. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 5-year plans of the Soviet Union. OGUS, a plan for creating a computer network to supervise the Soviet economy. Project CyberSyn, a project for a computer network controlling the economy of Chile under Salvador Allende. Case studies, mixed market economies. 5-year plans of China. Dirigisme, indicative planning in France. Economy of India. Economy of Singapore. First Malaysia Plan. 5-year plans of Argentina. 5-year plans of South Korea. The Lucas Plan, an industrial plan which combined the theoretical understanding of aerospace, designers and practice knowledge of workers to produce 150 alternative product designs. References, edit. 1 Aleknov, 1987. Planned Economy. The New Palgrave, A Dictionary of Economics. Volume 3. p. 879. 2 Devine, Pat, 2010. Democracy and Economic Planning. Polity. ISBN 978-0745634791. 3 Gregory, Paul R. Stewart, Robert C. 2003. Comparing Economic Systems in the 21st Century. Boston, Houghton Mifflin. pp. 23-24. ISBN 978-0-618-26181-9. 4 Prikito, David L. 2002. Markets, Planning, and Democracy, Essays After the Collapse of Communism. Edward Elgar Publishing. p. 72. ISBN 978-1840645194. Traditional socialism strives to plan all economic activities comprehensively, both within and between enterprises. As such, it seeks to integrate the economic activities of society, the coordination of socially owned property, into a single, coherent plan, rather than to rely upon the spontaneous or anarchic ordering of the market system to coordinate plans. 5 A. B. Mandel, Ernest, 1986. In Defense of Socialist Planning, PDF. New Left Review. 159, 537. Archived, PDF, from the original on 16 May 2008. Planning is not equivalent to perfect allocation of resources, nor scientific allocation, nor even more humane allocation. It simply means direct allocation, ex ante. As such, it is the opposite of market allocation, which is ex post. 6 Ellman, Michael, 1989. Socialist Planning. Cambridge University Press. p. 327. ISBN 978-0521358668, S. Socialist Planning, in the original sense of a national economy which replaced market relationships by direct calculation and direct product exchange, has nowhere been established. 7 A. B. C. Cottrell, Alan, Cockshott, W. Paul, 1993. Towards a New Socialism, archived 27 June 2018 at The Wayback Machine, Nottingham, England, spokesman. Retrieved 17 March 2012. 8 Zimbalist, Sherman and Brown, Andrew, Howard J. and Stewart, 1988. Comparing Economic Systems, a Political Economic Approach. Harcourt College Pub. P4. ISBN 978-0-15-512403-5. Almost all industry in the Soviet Union is government-owned and all production is directed, in theory, by a central plan, though in practice much is left for local discretion and much happens that is unplanned or not under government control. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 9. Wilhelm, John Howard, 1985. The Soviet Union has an administered, not a planned, economy. Soviet Studies. 37, 1118132. 10.1080.09668138508411571. 10. Ellman, Michael, 2007. The Rise and Fall of Socialist Planning. In Estrin, Saul, Kolodko, Gzegorz. W. Uvalik, Milakar, eds. Transition and Beyond, Essays in Honor of Mario Nuti. New York, Palgrave. Macmillan. p. 22. ISBN 978-0-230-54697-4. In the USSR in the late 1980s the system was normally referred to as the Administrative Command Economy. What was fundamental to this system was not the plan but the role of administrative hierarchies at all levels of decision-making, the absence of control over decision-making by the population. 11. Heickelheim, Friedrich Moritz, 1949. Commerce, Greek and Roman. In Hammond, Nicholas G. L. Scullard, H. H. eds. The Oxford Classical Dictionary, 2 ed. Oxford, Oxford University Press. Published 1970. p. 274. ISBN 0198691173. 12. La Lone, Darrell E. 1982. The Inca as an market economy, supply on command versus supply and demand. Contexts for Prehistoric Exchange, 292. Archived from the original on 19 October 2020, retrieved 17 December 2018. 13. Blog, Mark, ed. 1991. The Early Mercantilists, Thomas Mann, 1571-1641, Edward Misselden. 1608-1634, Gerard de Molins, 1586-1623. Pioneers in Economics. E. Elgar Pub. Company p. 136. ISBN 978-1852784669. Retrieved 7 September 2018. To this approach belongs, at least in part, an attempt to view mercantilism as economic dirige, a planned economy with national economic objectives, wealth, plenty or simply welfare within the framework of the nation and at the expense of other nations. 14. A. B. Twiss, Thomas M. 2014. Trotsky and the Problem of Soviet Bureaucracy. Brill. pp. 88-113. ISBN 978-90-04-26953-8. Archived from the original on 26 July 2023. Retrieved 27 October 2023. 15. Day, Richard B. 1973. Leon Trotsky and the Politics of Economic Isolation. Cambridge University Press. p. 109. ISBN 978-0-521-52436-0. Archived from the original on 26 July 2023. Retrieved 27 October 2023. 16-Karat Deutscher, Isaac, 1965. The Prophet Unarmed, Trotsky, 1921–1929. New York, Vintage Books. p. 468. ISBN 978-0-394-70747-1. 17-Karat Rogovin, Vadim Zakharovic, 2021. Was There an Alternative? Trotskyism, A Look Back Through the Years. Mehring Books. pp. 404-405. ISBN 978-1-893638-97-6. 18-Karat Fitzpatrick, Sheila, the 22nd of April 2010. The Old Man. London Review of Books. 32, 8. ISSN 0260 9592. Archived from the original on 3 February 2024. Retrieved 3 February 2024. 19-Karat A.B. Wetzel, Tom. Workers' Power and the Spanish Revolution, archived 7 November 2020 at the Wayback Machine. 20-Karat A.B. Dolgoff, Sam, ed. 1974. The Anarchist Collectives, 1st ed. Free Life Editions. p. 114. ISBN 978-0914156024. 21-Karat Einstein, Albert, May 1949. Why Socialism? Archived 17 March 2011 at the Wayback Machine. Monthly Review. 22-Karat Feinstein, ch. 1975. Socialism, Capitalism and Economic Growth, Essays presented to Maurice Dobb. Cambridge University Press. p. 174. ISBN 0-521-29007-4. We have presented the view that planning and market mechanisms are instruments that can be used both in socialist and non-socialist societies. It was important to explode the primitive identification of central planning and socialism, and to stress the instrumental character of planning. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 23-Karat Kitov, Vladimir A. Shilov, Valery V. Silentuev, Sergio. 5 October 2016. Trent ANSOU La Vidun. Scientifique. Ingaduxi, Fabio, Tavo Sanis, Mirko, eds. History and Philosophy of Computing, 3rd. International Conference, Harpoch 2015, Pisa, Italy, October 8–11, 2015, Revised Selected Papers. Volume 487 of IFIP Advances in Information and Communication Technology. Cham, Switzerland. Springer, published 2016. p. 191. ISBN 978-3319472867. ISSN 1868-4238. Retrieved the 12th of September, 2021. Measures to overcome the shortcomings in the development, production and introduction of computers in the armed forces and national economy. Today this project is known among the specialists as the Red Book Project. It was the first project in the USSR, which proposed to combine all the computers in the country into a unified network of computer centers. In peacetime this network must have fulfilled both national economic and defense tasks. 24 AB Eden Medina, 2006. Designing Freedom, Regulating a Nation, Socialist Cybernetics in Al-Andes, Chile. J. Lat. Stud. 38. Cambridge University Press, 571606. Do. 10.100017/S0022216X06001179. S2 SID 26484124. 25 AB Lang, Oscar, 1979. The Computer and the Market. Calculmus.org. Archived from the original on the 17th of April, 2021. Retrieved the 12th of September, 2012. 26 Kitova, O. Kitov Anatoly Ivanovich. Russian Virtual Computer Museum. Computermuseum.ru. Translated by Alexander Nitasov. Archived from the original on the 4th of February, 2023. Retrieved the 11th of October, 2021. 27 Peters, Benjamin, the 25th of March, 2016. How Not to Network a Nation, The Uneasy History of the Soviet Internet. MIT Press. ISBN 978-0262034180. 28 Peters, Benjamin, 2016. How Not to Network a Nation, The Uneasy History of the Soviet Internet. Cambridge, Massachusetts. p. 114. ISBN 978-0262034180. 29 Cyberfolk. Project Cybersyn. Archived the 12th of May, 2011 at the Wayback Machine. Retrieved 6 August, 2020. 30 Ellman, Michael, 2014. Socialist Planning. Cambridge University Press. p. 372. ISBN 978-1107427327. Archived from the original on the 7th of February, 2024. Retrieved the 2nd of November, 2020. For the USSR, the official Soviet statistics of infant mortality give too favorable a picture. There are two reasons for this. First, the USSR used a definition of birth different from the WHO 1, Chapter 8, pp. 321322. The percentage increase in the infant mortality rate caused by switching from the Soviet definition to the WHO 1 seems to have ranged from 13% in Moldova to 40% in Latvia. In Poland, which has a much larger population than the two previously mentioned countries, it was about 21%. Secondly, there seems to have been significant under-registration of deaths, particularly in certain regions, such as Central Asia and Azerbaijan. Estimates of true infant mortality in 1987-2000 show very high increases over the official figures in Central Asia, Azerbaijan, Albania, Romania, and Bulgaria. in Russia, which was supposed to have adopted the WHO definition of birth by 1993 and where under-registration is much less than in Central Asia or Azerbaijan in 1987-2000. The estimated increase of the official figures to measure true infant mortality is 26.5%. 31 Kennedy, Paul, 1987. The Rise and Fall of the Great Powers. New York, Random House. pp. 322. 323. ISBN 0-394-54674-1. 32 Zielinski, J.G. 1973. Economic Reforms in Polish Industry. New York, Oxford University Press. ISBN 0-19-215323-4. 33 von Mises, Ludwig, 1990. Economic Calculation in the Socialist Commonwealth, PDF. Ludwig von Mises Institute. Archived from the original, PDF, on 16 December 2014. Retrieved 8 September 2008. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 34 Hayek, Friedrich O. 1945. The Use of Knowledge. American Economic Review. XXXV, 4 pp. 519. 530. 35 Biro, Gabor, 2022. From Red Spirit to Underperforming Pyramids and Coercive Institutions, Michael. Polanyi I Against Economic Planning History of European Ideas, 2022. History of European Ideas. 48, 68118472. 10.1080401659.2021.20093559. S2 SID 225260656. Archived from the original on 16 August 2022. Retrieved 16 August 2022. 36 Machan, Tibor, 2002. Some Skeptical Reflections on Research and Development, PDF. Liberty and Research and Development, Science Funding in a Free Society. Hoover Press. ISBN 0-8179. 2942-8. Archived, PDF, from the original on 31 October 2006. 37 Daniels, Robert V. 2002. The End of the Communist Revolution. Routledge. pp. 1992. ISBN 978. 1-134-92607-7. Archived from the original on 7 November 2023. Retrieved 30 October 2023. 38 A.B. Harnell, Robin, 2002. The ABCs of Political Economy. London, Pluto Press. p. 262. ISBN 0-7453. 1858-4. 39 Planned Economy archived 28 February 2007 at the Wayback Machine. Dictionary.com. Unabridged. v1.1. Random House, Incorporated. Retrieved 11 May 2008. 40 Command Economy archived 24 January 2007 at the Wayback Machine. Merriam-Webster Online Dictionary retrieved 11 May 2008. 41 Rosser, Mariana V. Rosser, J. Barkley, 2003. Comparative Economics in a Transforming World. Economy. MIT Press. P7. ISBN 978-0-262-18234-8. In a command economy, the most important allocation decisions are made by government authorities and are imposed by law. 42 Schweikart, David, Lawler, James, Tigton, Hillel, Ullman, Bert L., 1998. Definitions of market and socialism. Market socialism, the debate among socialists. New York, Routledge. pp. 58-59. ISBN 978-0-415-91967-8. For an anti-Stalinist Marxist, socialism is defined by the degree to which the society is planned. Planning here is understood as the conscious regulation of society by the associated producers themselves. Put it differently, the control over the surplus product rests with the majority of the population through a resolutely democratic process. The sale of labor power is abolished and labor necessarily becomes creative. Everyone participates in running their institutions and society as a whole. No one controls anyone else. 43 Schweikart, David, 2007. Democratic Socialism. In Anderson, Gary L. Hare, Catherine G., eds. Encyclopedia of Activism and Social Justice. Sage Publications. p. 448. ISBN 978-1452265650. Archived 17 June 2012 at the Wayback Machine. Retrieved 6 August 2020. Virtually all socialists have distanced themselves from the economic model long synonymous with socialism, i.e., the Soviet model of an market, centrally planned economy. Some have endorsed the concept of market socialism, a post-capitalist economy that retains market competition but socializes the means of production and, in some versions, extends democracy to the workplace. Some hold out for a non-market, participatory economy. All democratic socialists agree on the need for a democratic alternative to capitalism. 44 A. B. Trotsky, Leon. Writings 1932-33. p. 96. 45 Wilhelm, John Howard, 1985. The Soviet Union has an administered, not a planned, economy. Soviet Studies. 37, 1118132, 10.10809668138508411571. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 46 Ellman, Michael, 2007. The Rise and Fall of Socialist Planning. In Estrin, Saul, Kolodko, Gzegorz. W. Uvalik, Milakar, eds. Transition and Beyond, Essays in Honor of Mario Nuti. New York, Palgrave. Macmillan. p. 22. ISBN 978-0-230-54697-4. Realization of these facts led in the 1970s and 1980s to the development of new terms to describe what had previously been, and still were in United Nations publications, referred to as the centrally planned economies. In the USSR in the late 1980s, the system was normally referred to as the administrative command economy. What was fundamental to this system was not the plan but the role of administrative hierarchies at all levels of decision-making, the absence of control over decision-making by the population. 47 Machine of Communism. Why the USSR did not create the Internet archived 8 March 2022 at the Wayback Machine. 48 Kharkievich, Alexander Alexandrovich, 1973. Theory of Information. The Identification of the Images. Selected works in 3 volumes. Volume 3. Information and Technology, Moscow, Publishing House. Norka, 1973. Academy of Sciences of the USSR. Institute of Information Transmission Problems. p. 524. 49 Busky, Donald F. 2000. Democratic Socialism, A Global Survey. Priga. pp. 78. ISBN 978-0275968861. Sometimes simply called socialism, more often than not, the adjective democratic is added by democratic socialists to attempt to distinguish themselves from communists who also call themselves socialists. All but communists, or more accurately, Marxist-Leninists, believe that modern-day communism is highly undemocratic and totalitarian in practice, and democratic socialists wish to emphasize by their name that they disagree strongly with the Marxist-Leninist brand of socialism. 50 Prikito, David L. 2002. Markets, Planning, and Democracy, Essays After the Collapse of Communism. Edward Elgar Publishing. p. 72. ISBN 978-1840645194. It is perhaps less clearly understood that advocates of democratic socialism, who are committed to socialism in the above sense, but opposed to Stalinist-style command planning, advocate a decentralized socialism, whereby the planning process itself, the integration of all productive units into one huge organization, would follow the workers' self-management principle. 51 Van Ree, Eric, 1998. Socialism in One Country, A Reassessment. Studies in East European Thought. 50, 277-117 10.1083/10086513251336. ISSN 0925-9392. JSTA 20099669. S2 SID 146375012. 52 Kotz, David, 2008. What Economic Structure for Socialism? PDF. Archived, PDF, from the original on the 2nd of January, 2011. Retrieved the 12th of September, 2012. 53 After the Revolution. Members.multimania.fr the 7th of January, 1936. Archived from the original on 29 August 2012. Retrieved the 12th of September 2012. 54 Twiss, Thomas M. The 8th of May 2014. Trotsky and the Problem of Soviet Bureaucracy. Brill. pp. 105. 106 ISBN 978-90-04-26953-8. 55 Participatory Planning Through Negotiated Coordination, PDF. 1 March 2002. Archived, PDF. From the original on 17 August 2011. Retrieved 30 October 2011. 56 Kostakis, Vasilis, 2019. How to Reap the Benefits of the Digital Revolution. Modularity and the Commons, archived 19 June 2023 at the Wayback Machine. Halduskulttuuri, the Estonian Journal of Administrative Culture and Digital Governance. 20/14/19. 57 Sivaramakrishnan, K.C. 2006. People's Participation in Urban Governance, a Comparative Study of the Working of Wards Committees in Karnataka, Kerala, Maharashtra and West Bengal. New Delhi. Concept Publishing Company. p. 140. ISBN 8180693260. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd HTML to PDF. 58 Crittenden, Anne. The 18th of December, 1977. The Cuban Economy: How It Works. The New York Times. Archived from the original on 29 June 2018. Retrieved 29 June 2018. Further reading, edit. Kaplan, Robert C. Reference to his work on international economics and foreign relations, where he addresses nature of command economy, a Weberian term. Cox, Robin, 2005. The Economic Calculation Controversy, Unraveling of a Myth. Common Voice, 3. Damia, Vadim, 2012. The Economy of Freedom. Devine, Pat, 2010. Democracy and Economic Planning. Polity. ISBN 978-0745634791. Ellman, Michael, 2014. Socialist Planning, 3rd ed. Cambridge University Press. ISBN 1107427320. Grossman, Gregory, 1987. Command Economy. The New Palgrave, A Dictionary of Economics. 1 pp. 494495. Landauer, Karl, 1947. Theory of National Economic Planning, 2nd ed. Barclay and Loss. Angeles, California, University of California Press. Mandel, Ernest, 1986. In Defense of Socialist Planning. New Left Review, 159. Myant, Martin, Drarakupil, Jan, 2010, Transition Economies, Political Economy in Russia, Eastern Europe, and Central Asia, Hwyler Blackwell, ISBN 978-0-470-59619-7. Nov, Alec, 1987. Planned Economy. The New Palgrave, A Dictionary of Economics. 3. pp. 879885. External links, edit. The Myth of the Permanent Arms Economy. The Stalin Model for the Control and Coordination of Enterprises in a Socialist Economy. Archived 26 January 2021 at the Wayback Machine. Categories: anarcho-communism, anarcho-syndicalism, communism. Economic ideologies. Economic planning. Economic systems former communist economies. Marxism. Marxism-Leninism. Schools of economic thought. Socialism, socialist calculation. Syndicalism. Explore our developer-friendly HTML to PDF API printed using PDF Crowd. HTML to PDF.